Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Today I am making more of these colored flower sculptures, I tend to call them, and I made them out of toilet paper and paper towel rolls like these. And then I embellished the paper rolls with a printable collection from Ephemeras Vintage Garden called Cottage Garden. And I really love these flowers. I love this wooden background on the designer papers here, and I wanted to do something different, really making the flowers pop out. And I like to make my own dimensional flowers from the designer paper or patterned paper. And so in this project I combined fussy cutting the flowers from the paper with the flowers cut out from this almost worn out template that I made from one paper flower, and then I just enhanced it or made it smaller to make to trace it on paper and then cut out with my scissors. And I wanted to show you how I do this. I also added some flowers on these wires, and whoops, sorry. And I have these colored wire rolls that I bought maybe 10 years ago, and finally I found a way to use them. So I'm going to use those as well. And on this one I also cut out some of it from the papers. There are animals like this, and I showed you, and then this watering, and then there's this bike that I fussy cut, and then I'm going to use it. Let me just show it to you. I bought these are actually a table mat. I want to embellish them with all kinds of embellishments from this paper collection. So if you're interested in seeing that project that I'm making for our conservatory, then please leave me a comment, then I'll make a video of that as well. So there are these fussy cut meant for, and I fussy cut some of the flowers here, so we are good to go. I also made flowers in different color tones for the project, and I also have mixed colors here, and the red and pink ones are in here. Let me show you how I make these. So let's make the bigger one first, and I have some papers here, so let us see what we want. Here I have these, you see, this is the normal letter or A4 sized printed paper, and this is on A3, so that is a big difference. let me turn it around so you can see it. You see, that's how they are meant to be, and this is A3, but you know, you can't, they're just big enough on normal size, so I have to print it on A3. And because I already used these colors, I wanted to make something with this, so that is going to be my choice for the bigger one. And then I have two small ones here that I want to make, and I want to make this. I don't know, maybe this one. So I am also going to make, on this video, I'm going to make another one of the houses that I have made, also from this paper collection, and for an Easter project that you maybe saw from my basket full of Easter. I'm going to use this template as well to make more of these houses from this paper collection as well, so that the entire living, dining, conservatory area where we spend our time is going to be in the same kind of colors, ready for summer that begins here at June 1st. So I'm hoping that I can finish that in time so that we can pack away the spring themed decorations that I have up there now. So I begin with kind of measuring my paper. I do need extra space up here because I am bending it down, and also in this end, but maybe I should begin here and then have more of this color here. So I'm going to attach this side first. Touching the paper like this, so press this down and then carefully I roll it, and I don't want to roll it or press too much on the sides, and I will tell you why in just a short time. Because if you press here, then you can't bring this inside the tube, and that is what we want. So you take your scissors and then you just cut so there we have it. Then we have this toilet paper towel roll decorated. So we need to decorate it now, and I was thinking two things. I wanted to, like I did on this one, fussy cut some of the flower, and then I have them here in smaller versions. So I thought I would actually place these on several places on the tube, and I would also use some dimensions to bring it a little more up. And then we are going to finish with paper flowers that are dimensioned, and I also wanted to have something on the wire but I didn't make the small ones, so maybe I should use some of these. No? I'm going to have to see what I will do there. Maybe I could use these and make them a little different. Maybe I'll do that. But I have this dimension, and see, what I need is a little more glue, because this is not enough to make it hold. So I am placing this one here, and then I need another one. Yes, and then if I am kind of smart, then I want to have this flower on top, and then with the wires underneath, so that it's not that visible how it's attached. So I'm going to find the wire in that color, because I do have it in this one. This will be the color. And so we'll take a piece like so, and then I use a pencil to shape it, because that way it will bounce when you move it, and it's just such a nice effect, I think. It's like this, and then you make a flat piece, and I think this will be fine. And then good amount of hot glue, bring the wire down. Oof. It can be a challenge to hold it while it's drying. Yes, I think this is okay. And then while it's drying, because you can't pull the wire just yet, it needs to dry a little bit more, then we want to attach a little bit more of the really pretty, and it's all in that teal blue. Oh, ouch. Hot glue. That is just all over the place. So let's let that dry, and then we are going to make one of the smaller ones. And I want to use these greens because I don't think there's enough green. Right now I'm going to make a lot more because we do have a kind of a large living room, dining room and conservatory, so there's room for many decorations, and I just think it brings something special to the room when there's handmade stuff there. So I'm going to make this. So I'm going to add the double-sided tape. There we have it. There we have it. So I am also going to have some wire, and I think this is going to be beautiful. So I think we are going to attach it here or here. Sorry guys, I was so concentrated making this that I didn't see that the camera went off, and totally memory full. So that means more than 30 minutes of crafting. But anyhow, I think I finished this one. And then moving on to this, I wanted to embellish this a little bit more because I think it's maybe a little too blue. So I added some of the sparkling green paper that I have made punched flowers of. I always also had it here. Here you see it, how I punched flowers from that. So that will be a little bit of sparkling, and so I thought maybe I could cut out some black summer birds to make a little bit more contrast here. So I think I'm going to do that. And what I did, hold on, I had this Butterfly Kisses page tabs sheet from Ephemeras Vintage Garden, where I fussy cut 2 butterflies, and then while we're at it, I also fussy cut these summer birds, and then added some a little wooden stick, and then I wrapped some wired it's colored wire, but it's very shapeable, so it's really nice to work with, I think, and I have it in several colors, so I thought I would show you how I embellish with that. I want to use I want to use the Home Sweet Home sign. I could use the ones from the Home Sweet Home paper collection from Ephemeras Vintage Garden, but I decided that I wanted to make more sentiments. So what I did is that I used my would be an example, and then I used a super smart font to write sentiments for my summer decorations in our living area. So and I found inspiration on Google and on Pinterest. So I think these summer rules I'm going to use with that big decorations here. So that's why I made that. And then I also made smaller sentiments that have a summer theme. Here, for example, plant dreams, pull weeds, and grow a happy life. It goes so well with the summer and with the Cottage Garden paper theme. So I made several prints. Happy summer. Here I have another summer rule. Relax, enjoy, repeat. Sit long, talk much, laugh often. Take time to smell the roses, and so on. So I cut that out, and this is what it looks like here. And I'm going to ink. I'm going to ink around the edges just a little bit to make it stand out so it's not so bland. I printed it on the wooden background from the Cottage Garden paper collection, and I like to do that. So use that paper for the embellishments, and my thought was I'm going to glue it on here and then add it to this, but then I'm going to I actually put the wire through a yellow button so it kind of matches, but then I'm going to glue it on the back side and then put on the sign when that is glued on. So I'm just going to put this aside and then glue on the button with my hot glue gun. So I know this is going to be a long video, but it is per request. A few girls, sweet crafty women, actually asked me if I would do a process video / tutorial on how I decorate these toilet paper rolls, and I finally had the time to do that now, and of course I'll do more because in the coming weeks we are entering the summer season, so I'm going to be ready to change the spring decor to summer decor. So that'll be a nice change. And so I wanted to embellish these summer birds with a splash of color, so I chose to make the body of the summer bird with a piece of a wooden stick, and this is just for barbecuing and so on. And so I have a piece of wire in that teal bluish color, and then I begin wrapping around the stick, and I'm always all thumbs on camera. You know that feeling? It's just amazing. I don't know what happens when you're on camera, but you're so concentrated and you want to show everything that you get all shaky hands. But then I use this to shape the wire, to imitate how a butterfly looks like this. And you can make it shorter or longer, whatever you feel like. So let me just glue that on so that we can. Doesn't matter how you place them, as the glue is drying. You can always, when the glue is dried, you can move the wires around and make it look like you want it. So this is finished, and then we're going to finish this one off. So I'm going to add the butterflies like so. So shaping it a little bit. So this is what it looks like now. I think they're going to be just fine. And then I wanted to make just one more with you on camera. I'm going to I decorated another toilet paper roll, and then I fussy cut some of these flowers that I printed on A3, and then I'm going to place these flowers like this, and then some paper flowers on top. So that's what we're going to do now. And then it doesn't really need more flowers because the butterfly is going to be added as well, but maybe, just maybe, we could add a few green. Oops. Okay, so now I want to have this butterfly. I wanted to have it on wire, and I think we're going to use a green one. Cutting off a piece, and this has gotten all wild. So, and then I'm going to I want to find a button, and I have this chocolate metal box full of buttons. Usually I use these wooden buttons, but all kinds of colored buttons in here. So, but I don't know what color I want to use on this one. Maybe a green one? Why not? So, see, this has 4 holes, so I begin with putting the wire through 2 of the holes, and then this will be the back side, and then I'm pulling the wires or putting them through the other 2 holes. Then it's secured, then it's going nowhere. Excuse me. So, you see that? Then it's all secured. Of course, when it's glued down, it's secured as well, but I just like to do that. So, and then we need to shape with the pencil. I'm just wrapping it round like this, and then pull it up. Then you can shape it any way you want. So, and then we are adding the button, and we are adding the button here. So, the butterfly is going on this side, and going to add it like this on the back. So you need a lot of patience when doing this, but I think it's so rewarding when you're done. Ooh. Sometimes my hands go just crazy. And there you have it, my dear friends.